Wow.
Wow, this is some really deep stuff.
I don't know what just happened, but something happened inside of me. Something snapped. Something.
I wasn't expecting that either.
Sorry.
It's okay. It's all right. It's beautiful.
Monster is like really small, but it had to become that to stop me.
And then the hurt child became present when you mentioned it.
And I didn't realize this until now.
There were things that I didn't remember until now.
Funny. I haven't seen that before.
It feels like I'm the monster. I'm kind of seeing images of things. Of a world where they can exist. This clarity brings all kinds of answers.
It's clear. She hugged me and then went back to her place, I guess, in my heart. Oh, it wants to come out. It wants to bippity boppity boop Cinderella me. She's melted into my chest. It's ooey gooey.
All week been finishing things, cleaning up more, started eating vegetables again last week. And it kind of just started happening. It's almost like I just finished going through a meditation session.
I feel light. When you hit that first joint, in the morning, and
I actually feel a lot more awake.
Hello.
Hi, Justine.
How are you going, James?
Really great. How are you?
Yeah, I'm also good.
Glad to hear it. You're smiling too.
Yeah. I hope this sounds okay. It's very windy here and that can affect the quality of
So far, so good.
Space to earth connection. Yeah. Alrighty. It's been ages.
Yeah, I think it's been more than a month, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah, that's felt good to have that space.
Good.
And I'm just really, I've been chatting it on Discord this morning a little bit. Not really, just listening more than chatting. Mm-hmm. And there's this question coming up of how do we access self? And is this? Someone mentioned the Holy Grail, And I just been thinking about it and wondering what my thoughts are about it.
Yeah, I'd love to hear them.
Well, I just feel like maybe there are as many ways to access self as there are people on the planet. And what I mean by that is that everybody has their own, constellation of experience up to this point. And so they, my way of getting to there is going to be different to anyone else's because my story informs who I am in this moment. I don't know. I don't think there is a way. And I know that for you, it's, how do you feel towards the part? Look for the 8 C's and so on. And I get that.
Uh-huh.
But I also feel like it's layered. Maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe not. I just felt like it wouldn't be useful for me to answer, oh, this is how you do it. And that would apply to anyone else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think how someone does it is going to be unique. And what needs to be done maybe is what's not unique.
Yes. Yeah.
It's about space from parts.
Right.
And seeing them. Right.
So that's the framework. But then how do we find space from parts? Anyway, it's theorizing. It's just interesting, It's interesting and curious.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's good.
Sounds like you're ready to jump into my seat.
Oh, no. Quite happy on this side
All
of the room.
All right. Well, I'm sure there's lots of people who would be happy to have you in that way with them. Did you say you tried a thing or two with your husband?
Yeah. Yeah, it came up quite spontaneously. Sorry, my daughter's asking me a question.
Okay.
And we just kind of went with it. It's not something that he has necessarily explored before, but a little bit just looking at it himself. But yeah, so it was really, you're out in the wilds, it feels like that because you're working with someone else's system and you don't know what's going on for them actually internally. Yeah. And so it's really a trust exercise. It was a trust exercise of me trusting myself and and not jumping in but also I'm imagining a balancing act. That's not right. Not a balancing act. But just there's a fineness to it as to when you speak or not.
Yeah.
And what you might say.
Yeah, and the wording and the
right.
Yeah.
So I was just experimenting really, and like I said to you, I think in the message it was pretty much straight to an exile, and there was like alarm bells going on inside me, like, no, we don't do this. So it was reassuring. You said that in that context of a partnership, it's less. The rules might be a little different.
Sure. Yeah. 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 Well, I'm sure that you two have already met each other's exiles repeatedly, so there's also that context of.
Totally. Yeah. It was a moment of us of unguardedness. Most of the time we're just in a party.
Yeah. Yeah. All right.
Anyway.
So, like to do some more today?
Yeah.
Okay.
I would.
Would you like to start with any minutes of meditation?
Yes, I would.
Okay. One sound good?
A minute. Yeah, that sounds great.
All right. I'll set a timer. Okay. Got any parts you'd like to get to know better or change your relationship with?
I have a couple of trailheads. But as I'm sitting here now, I'm feeling that that one stands out. And it's scary, and I don't know how to. Yeah, I don't know. It just so.
Don't know how to get into it.
I don't know. It's not. I don't know how to get into it. I don't know what getting into it will look like, and the consequences of getting into it, and and whether it's publishable or not.
Okay, that's fine. Welcome the scared part. It's welcome here. We can listen to its concerns. How are you noticing that one?
Like a wobbliness in my chest. A kind of jittery, and then it goes into my throat. Just strangled the words coming out.
Okay.
I'm just letting it know it's welcome.
Yeah. Yeah. Getting it to notice you.
Yeah. Just saying, hi, sweetheart. It's okay. I'm here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to do anything that is going to be overwhelming, and we can stop at any point.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be taken care of at the same time.
That's right.
You can snuggle up next to me and be part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Feels safer now.
Okay.
It just wants to know that it can speak up if it needs to.
I was just going to say.
Of course. Mm-hmm. And be heard. Feels like starting to voice things that verbally out loud that have been playing a small riot inside my system for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even know what the words are actually.
Okay.
Don't know how to start. It's around my relationship with my husband,
mm-hmm.
and the dynamic that is between us. And we're just in patterns and parts all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I suppose all I can speak of is, but I'm very blended with the parts that are
currently
in that dynamic. No, just generally day to day.
Yeah.
I don't have distance. I don't have easy access to distance
mm-hmm.
from them in everyday interactions.
Yeah. Okay.
But their theme is common. And it comes out a lot as criticism, judgment, lack of belief in who and how he is, whether that's to do with parenting or, which is often a theme.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like that, just relentless, ongoing, unforgiving.
Uh-huh. Okay. They're all welcome here.
Yeah, I'm just trying to feel into it a bit more now that I've said some of the words. See if I can find where they are. No, aching in my heart area.
Aching in the heart.
The jaw is tight. I don't know. It feels quite tenuous.
Mm-hmm.
But there's enough curiosity there to let that be okay.
Yeah. I'm curious about that aching in the heart.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. It feels like it's associated with this story about men.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. Men are bad, men can't be trusted, men are assholes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah, just let it know that you see it, that you're feeling it.
blue.
Blue.
Oh, it's really painful.
Okay. Is it the part that is in pain, or is there some pain coming up in acknowledging it?
Nice question. It feels like the second thing you said.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Just need
kind
to
of
close the hands in my. Go on. What were you going to say?
is there kind of a don't go there part?
No. No, the don't go there part is just. I think for me to be able to even be here saying these things tells me that the don't go there part is backed off, has had enough.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know, it's been a player for so long, silencing
Yes.
it all.
Yes. Yeah, thanks to that part.
Yeah, really.
So there's some pain when it comes to acknowledging the ache in the heart.
There's emotional pain, yeah, arising.
I just want to say that we don't have to go there or anywhere. And I realized that I said I was curious about the ache in the heart. You know, if there's other parts that you feel more called to work with, please.
I'm going to say that I wouldn't go down the path you suggested unless it was right.
Okay.
So I trust myself to know what to do.
Awesome.
I'm just following, you know, the leads
Mm-hmm.
in my system rather than in your questions.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And it's possible, James, that you're tuned into that too. So trust it.
Yeah. Could be.
Yeah. Okay. Hello, sweet. I'm not alone. I've got the part trying to work it out.
What's that
You
like?
know, the story around men is of absence and, you know, lack of presence and and abandonment. In terms of my two father figures, my father and my stepfather. And then, but my husband isn't that. He is very present and stuck, you know. Well, that was an interesting phrase that was going to come out, stuck with me. So that part is going, well, that doesn't make sense because here's a man who's not doing, you know, so I'm just, hello to you too.
Yeah. Yeah, and it also might be providing, well, it might not make sense in that way, but it also might be providing really valuable information that, you know, that this ache in the heart or something is about these men, but we haven't connected how it might be about those men, and, you know, so we can thank it for, I don't know, wanting to
understand. Makes sense of it. What's here?
Yeah, how's that painful to turn towards the aching heart part?
Well, the tears help to release.
Okay.
Have helped to release, and there's more calmness there. Mm.
Nice. And did you learn from it what its pain is about?
The emotion arising pain, that's what you're talking about?
So there was the ache in the heart.
Yeah.
And then there was, how do you feel towards that? And then you said that was painful.
Yeah. So what's that pain about?
Yeah.
It just has been waiting a long time for attention.
Mm.
Oh, it's very holding. It's a very holding energy. It's hard to maintain.
Do you know what it's holding?
I don't have clarity about that when I ask it. Or clear.
How do you feel towards it now?
I don't know if I'm so connected to it. I mean, I feel grateful. For the work and effort that it's put in.
You could ask it why it makes that effort. What's it wanting to accomplish?
It's showing me it's built a white box. It's pointing to the box. And it's saying to keep that in there.
Keep something in the box.
Mm-hmm.
What's it afraid would happen if it didn't do that?
Too much explosive feeling, emotion. It's not safe to feel. It says it's not safe to let the feelings out.
Does that make sense to you?
It's interesting. Yeah, it really does, but it showed up as feeling, so that's slightly confusing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you could ask it what kind of feelings is it not safe to let out? What are they like?
Anger and rage. Yeah, okay. So it was showing up as kind of teary, the kind of softer, kind of teary, sad, or like a kind of teariness. What it's protecting is anger and rage. That's what's not safe to show.
All right.
Particularly as a woman. Safer to be emotional, It's that kind of teary, weepy.
Yes.
But not anger or rage. That's why the white box, because it's like anger and rage is, or what's inside the box is far from white.
Okay, so the white is the barrier. Yeah.
That's the safe holding. So what are you afraid would happen? Eruption. Expulsion. Like out of the tribe feeling. It's truth. Like if truth, ages ago, I listened to one of the recordings before, and I was using the app, which I'd completely forgotten about. And there was a part that was talking about my relationship, and it came in and wanted to speak. And I gave it a voice in the app, called it, and it wanted to be called The Truth, which was funny. And so there's something about that part. Feels like if anger comes out and rage comes out, then the system will fall apart. The system internally, potentially the family system. Yeah. So that's the same thing as expulsion from the tribe, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah. And how long has it been doing that for you? Has it been doing that since before you had this external family?
Oh, yeah. How long has it been doing it for me? Keeping the rage in?
Yeah.
Something like 7, 8, 9, around then. That's what comes up. But it wants to come out.
The rage does? Okay. Well, you can ask the rage just to wait for a moment. Let it know that you see that it wants to come out. And staying with this protector, if that's all right.
Yeah.
Showed appreciation for having worked in this way or with this intention for so long.
It's sitting on the box now, just to be sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
If you want, you could let it know that you won't go there without.
Yeah. I mean, it's kind of adult-sized body.
And what would it rather be doing if it didn't have to work so hard in this way?
I'm still on the showing it appreciation moment.
Great.
So as we're talking, it's like this, the rage keeps wanting to pop out. And so it has to keep changing position to try and hold it in, and the box changes shape and it becomes a ball, and it has to do this constantly, has to do this dance of like, there's a bit popping out there, it has to hold on, it has to move over here and hold on, and move over there and lie on top of it. And it's just this constant dance. Mm-hmm. And I mean, so I'm just, the appreciation is extending to, not just that it's been working so hard for so long, but just how hard it has to work. You know, how much effort it has to put in.
Yeah.
To try to contain this force. What a big job that is.
Yeah.
And as I'm saying that, it becomes smaller, younger.
This protector does.
Mm-hmm. It's so tired. So out of its depth. Mm-hmm. No, it didn't ever want this job. But it had to step in. It had to. It was imperative.
Does it feel like you get that?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. What would it rather be doing?
Well, we're in a field, like the whole time from the beginning of the box construction. We were in a field, and she wants to just run in the field and play in the long grass and watch the insects and lie on her back and look at the sky and the clouds and listen to the lark. And roll around and be free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So what does she think about your ability to help her get to that place?
She sees that I can.
Mm-hmm. And what does she need from you?
She needs a hug. She's afraid to get off the box. So I'm saying, how about I come and sit on the box with you and we can hug together on the box. She really wants that. Just checking, is that okay if I come? She's scooting over so there's room for me to sit too.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I went into seeing myself sitting down next to her, so I'm just gonna there's a bit of something coming in about me having that closeness to this part being in that vicinity, that much connection.
Part's concerned about that.
Yeah. It really doesn't want me to go there.
Okay. Just acknowledge that. Ask it why. What it wants you to know.
So I think the part that, I don't know if this makes sense, but the part that is having a problem with this idea is the one I can see sitting down next to this smaller part. And she looks like me when, I don't know, sometime in my 20s or, yeah, sometime in my 20s. She looks like me then. As I say that, I think of this part by the river in China. She was that age.
Yeah, and she also helped you. She also had that kind of intermediary step or role of looking after younger parts.
I think that was the one in the kitchen that was doing that.
Okay. I'm remembering...
Similar age. Yeah, go on.
I'm remembering a campfire by a river in China,
right.
And she had a lounge chair, and there was a younger part.
Are you there?
Yes.
Oh, right. Okay. I wasn't sure if you'd stopped or whether it had gone.
Oh, I was saying...
a younger part. Yeah,
that's all.
Yeah, lying by the fire. That was the thinking part. Confused now. Okay, that's all right. Just go back into here this moment now. So I'm just seeing this one that's around that age being the self-like part.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's the thinking part.
Yeah, and why did she want to show up now?
Because she doesn't want it to get messed up.
Don't touch
this
anything?
This dynamic here that we've got going on, which is some small part on top of rage, and then her sitting there thinking, it's a very tight-knit little unit, it feels like.
Mm-hmm.
They know each other.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least she's very familiar.
How do you feel towards the thinking one?
Yeah. It's like she had to come in. So the small part had to get activated quite young. Don't feel rage.
Yes.
And then at some later date, this other part was like, no, we need someone else in here. We need someone older that can keep this tight as well.
Right. Coordinating keeping an eye on that.
Okay, so how do I feel towards that? Oh. So tender. There's emotion there, just in the tenderness. I don't know if that's a part, but it just feels like, fuck, these guys have just been working so hard in there.
Yeah, sounds compassionate to me. Empathetic. Am I wrong?
Are you wrong?
Yeah, how's it feel? Mm-hmm.
No, that's right. That's right. Yeah, this feels
So,
like
yeah.
empathy. That's right. That's what it is. It's empathy.
Yeah, just show her that. Let her know she's not alone.
I feel like we've met these two before in the bedroom. It's nice to see them. You know, it's comforting. It's like we may have met them before and in different contexts, but they'll come up again, you know? Like, it's not like we have to do it all at once. And if it isn't all done at once, or there's still layers, then that can be revisited now, you know, another time. It's okay. Just the process.
Yeah. Yeah, it's easy to get hung up on, is this the same part? Is that the same part?
Yeah,
yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I haven't finished the work
unless,
yeah, you know, I've left them by the river and that, you know, like that's not complete, but it's okay. Not saying now.
Yeah. And are they both aware of you there?
I think I might have got her age wrong. Just the memories coming up for me of me looking like she looks, how she's dressed. When I was pregnant I was pregnant for the second time, but with my first born, I had a miscarriage and the first time, and I was terrified. I don't know if that's what's happening. I don't know if that's the story. It's okay. It doesn't need to be.
Yeah, if that's what you're
understood.
seeing, then.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Are they both aware of me? Yeah, they're both just looking at me. I'm here and they're sitting on the box.
Would it feel all right to turn your attention or invite that part, the pregnant part also?
Invite, did you say?
Yeah.
To
be in your presence.
For her or for me?
Both. Some hesitation.
No, I'm just feeling into it. It just takes me a bit of time sometimes to get to back into it, back into that moment, into the space we're in. You know, when I'm talking, I can rise up a bit out of it sometimes and go into my head. So then I just go back down in to the moment that we're in. Yeah, it's completely like, it's lovely. You know, we're all here and we all feel okay with being here together. There's curiosity all around, actually.
Nice.
And there's a stillness.
Uh-huh. Stillness even from the box.
Ah, well, that's the beauty of this pristine white box, you see, because it's, at the moment, there's stillness, yes, but there's an illusion of stillness because it's, at the moment, it is box-like.
Yeah.
There's a waiting, I think, because maybe it's curious too.
Yeah, well, and they're all able to see that your presence isn't unleashing any, damaging things. That you being there, being curious, is calming for them.
I have gone into a black void.
Okay. What's that like?
It feels good, but I recognize it as a part because it's separated me from the scene.
Okay. How's it feel in your body?
Like presence. Feels grounded and, like it's confusing because it feels like presence. But it's taking me away from the scene.
Does it have something else it wants to show you? Something, maybe it wanted to show you something more.
That's a good question. No, it just wants to remove me from the scene.
Okay. All right. Well, hey, and it does that with good feelings.
Yeah.
All right. How do you feel towards it?
Curious.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, why was it important to this part to remove you from that?
Too dangerous.
Mm-hmm.
Too close.
Okay.
Who is this? Who is that guy?
That guy.
I'm going to go with it for a bit.
Okay.
I think this might be what you might call spiritual bypass.
Yeah, feels real good and takes you to, is it kind of like a spacey part?
Yeah, totally.
And you mentioned a guy who...
Oh, that was just a Butch Cassidy reference.
Okay, got it.
So, who is it? Is it a guy? I don't know. It doesn't. It feels quite formless at the moment.
Okay. All right. So it thinks this other work is too dangerous. It prefers you to feel the spiritual spaciness.
Yeah, and it's been showing up. I mean, it's showed up several times in calls.
Mm-hmm.
Masking itself as self, being self-like.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just reassuring it. When I said masking it, it wasn't criticism.
Right.
It didn't like that word.
Yeah, it's kind of masking the other parts in a way.
Mm.
Sorry if that sounded like criticism. It wasn't. Is it aware of you?
Yeah, it's aware that I'm aware of it.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
which I guess means it's aware of me.
Well, I don't know. Sometimes parts are looking the other way and they know that they can feel you behind them, looking at them, but they're not facing you. So you could invite it to. Let it know that you're curious. You could ask it how old it thinks you are.
3.
Uh-huh. So when things are too dangerous, if you're 3, then it goes to spacey.
Feeling a bit blended.
Yeah. You can ask it not to blend with you so much. It already got your attention. It got you away from those other parts.
It doesn't want to unblend because then it won't be so effective at doing that.
Oh, okay. So that job's really important in this moment. You might let it know that our goal is to get to know parts, and it is really to help them. So we're trying to understand their intentions. It's not just step back part because you're getting in the way. It's let me understand you so I can understand how important your job is. And if you don't like doing it that way, or if it's taking up too much energy, or if it's interfering, how can I help you and help other parts so that you don't have to work so hard?
It really is that part about not making it go away, but just wanting to understand it. And it really likes that.
Yeah.
It's soft. It feels softer. It's softened its demeanor with that idea that just because all it wants is to be understood.
Yeah, you could ask it to kind of step in front of you so that you can see it better and understand it better.
And I'm asking it what it would need for me to understand it better. From me. I don't know. I just see this sort of shrouded figure, black shroud over it, just hunched over. It's very vague.
How do you feel towards it?
I feel love
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah, show it that love. Let it know that it can show up however it wants. It can tell you what it wants.
It's showing me a picture that I drew when I did some parts mapping of a part that it's crying. Just tears are rolling down its face and they are making the oceans of the world.
Endless tears.
Mm-hmm. Endless tears.
About how old is that part?
I don't know.
You could thank this one for showing you, reminding you about that picture.
I think it might be it.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
I don't know. No. I'm just moving towards it to sit next to it, asking if that's okay. Sitting down on the floor next to its chair.
Is it still shrouded?
Yeah. Bent over. Feels like it's from another time.
And it's okay with you coming closer?
Yeah. I don't know. It got a bit. Because I don't always have very strong visuals, or when I don't have strong visuals, I feel there's a part trying to make a picture,
Mm-hmm.
make it, make an image.
Yeah.
So that
just
backing off.
Heart closeness.
That's right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Really. Tears and love. Feeling more love. I have a timekeeper because I've got to go to work. So can you tell me how long we've been talking?
I believe we've been exactly an hour, but I could be wrong. Yeah, 1 hour.
Okay.
Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah. And I don't imagine we'll be able to check in with this 7 parts that we've gotten a glimpse of. But like you said, they're still in there and they seem open to your visiting them in different places.
I think that there was a part worried about them feeling abandoned. That's what was there. That's what I realized that's what the issue was, that everyone is left and then therefore abandoned. But that is a part that's thinking that. Okay, so
what does this one want you to know about itself?
doesn't want to be alone anymore.
Okay.
But it's afraid of taking off the shroud.
That's fine.
Yeah, I'm saying it doesn't need to do that at all. Oh, what it is, when I say that, is you're fine as you are. You don't have to change to be seen, accepted, loved.
Not be alone.
No. There's a really key piece about this not having to change itself to be okay. Doesn't have to brighten itself up or sit up straight or smile or it can be dark and down and low and teary and not have to shift in any way, and I'm still here loving it.
Yeah, and it could speak through pictures.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Yeah. Yes, exactly. It doesn't have to articulate itself perfectly, clearly. Oh, it likes that.
I'm curious if this...
Yeah.
I was going to ask if this part, if this is the same one that makes the black void come, or if this is another one. Might not be important to...
Yeah, I don't know. I was going to say I don't know how to know. Well, I don't know the answer to that. But then you'd say ask the part.
Probably.
I don't know. There's no clarity.
Okay. What feels right for you?
I feel the need to close up. because of time, because of the time.
Okay.
But not just like that. So what do I need to do? What do these parts need?
Yeah, what does this one need to not feel like it has to be alone or like it's alone?
I said, you know, you can show me the answer any way that you like, and it's show me a window. It wants a window that looks out to daylight, a day scene, because it's quite dark and black where it is. And it just wants to know that the window's there, that the scene outside is there. It's a scene that's very similar to the one where those other people are sitting on the box. It's not looking at the box, but it's just like a nature, like a meadow.
Mm-hmm.
And it can't see it because it's still under the shroud, but it just wants that there.
Yeah. To be kind of connected to that other space where things were calm and bright.
Warmth of the sun.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, the warmth of the sun.
Yeah.
Actually, before that window image came, there was an image of it holding holding a sun, and I kind of dismissed it. But I didn't dismiss it. I just didn't know what to make of it. Anyway, maybe that's just sun energy that it's asking for.
It wants its own sun energy.
It wants its own sun.
Yeah. I think that's what you can do for it. That warmth that you give it doesn't have to be at the expense of any other parts. It can be your full presence.
Yeah, so maybe it does just want to, like a sun to hold, to cuddle, as a reminder of that.
Yeah. Yeah, let it know you can
just
give
to
it.
Hold on to the light, that the warmth of the sun. I got a bit triggered by the word light there, sorry. Love
by the word light?
Yeah, just that whole kind of, spiritual idea. It's just a word. It doesn't matter. I had a moment.
Does this part need anything else from you, or would it make sense to ask it and maybe check in with some of those other parts, see if they have any other requests as you're closing up?
They're just, the older one's just like waving at me, sitting on the box like, hey, we're still over here. It's all good. Yeah, there's a general sense of all of them knowing that I'm here and that's enough for now. It doesn't have to be, and then we do this with that.
That's right. That's right.
They feel seen is the point. I mean, the rage one wants a little bit more elbow room, but it's got some humor about it as well. So
yeah. Maybe as a last thing, you could ask these parts if they would mind you, I don't know, giving the rage something to sit with as well.
I'm still like in my visual field. I've got this shrouded part, and then way over there in the distance is the box, and two people sitting on the box. What I'm trying to say is it's just that I don't feel like I have access to I'm close enough to the rage part to do anything like that.
Okay.
What was your question?
Well, you gave this shrouded part something to hold on to.
Yeah.
As you're closing up, and those other parts sitting on the box, they say that they're doing all right.
Yeah. Okay.
And I was just thinking maybe the part in the box also could get a little token, something for its own comfort, even though we haven't quite met it, and these parts don't want you to go there.
It was sort of being like a larrikin, like using humor but I think that's a defensive thing. Because before it was kind of going, hey, it's all good. You'll come to me. It's fine. Don't worry about it. I know you're there. But actually, I felt like that wasn't. That was a defensive. So I'm just seeing if there's anything that it like. It really wants a voice.
Well,
so I'm seeing if it would like a punch bag for now.
And we've heard that it wants a voice, so.
Okay.
That's a start.
Yes. Yes.
I'm happy to put it on my list of parts that we could revisit if you want me to bring it up in our next conversation, or whatever works for you.
Yeah, I would say definitely make a note. And we'll see what happens next. It's frustrated. It wants to have its say,
Yeah, I want it to too. Let it know that.
Yeah. And it sees that it's not as simple as that right now.
Yeah. I can't wait to learn about it.
Yeah, me too. Okay, it likes that.
And I have written it down, and I will bring it up at the start of our next conversation if that's what you would like.
Okay, James.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's been fun.
Yeah. All right. Unless you have any other questions or anything else. Yeah. See you around. Talk to you next time.
Yeah. Okay. Thanks, James.
Okay. Bye. Do you want to help bring more self-energy to the world? If you'd like to participate in calls or help out with this project in any way, I'd love to hear your ideas. Join the Discord server or contact me at james@liveifs.com. A huge thanks to our audio engineer, Yvonne, for your care and diligence in editing the calls. To every caller for your courage in sharing some of your parts. And to anyone out there getting to know their internal system, keep going. Who knows, that might be the most selfless, helpful thing you can do for others, and you're the only one who can do it. If you'd like to see us reach the largest audience, we must please the almighty suggestion algorithms at iTunes and YouTube. And they don't care about the power of IFS. They're looking for likes and shares and comments, and the sooner the better. Follow the links in the show notes right here in your podcast player to make your wishes known. And now, a minute of meditation. Or if you prefer, pull over. You can do it in 60 seconds. Just click one of those links. They're right there, and give us a like or a 5-star rating. It would really help. If you think this project is helping people, you're helping people by sharing it. Thank you.